Hello, Regis students. Instructor Brian here. We're on section 12.3, databases, and Pandas has been highly engineered, and we've discussed it before. And you can really help expedite complex querying with it. And it's a wonderful strategy. It is a great way to explore data. It's a great way to do it quickly. It's a great way to not get caught up in all the weeds, and to see if directionally what you're doing is correct. Okay, so you really need to go through section 12.3 because it sets you up for the lab. Okay, the lab kind of like explodes all over it. But you kind of already saw the preview. All right, I have to import SQLite 3. I have to make a connection. I have to make a cursor, and then I'm going to import my pandas. And then I'm going to basically go read, I'm going to go read my database with my connection and put it into a data frame object, So that's what we're doing. So Pandas read SQL query. If you were to go and query this on the web and go right to the Pandas data frame, this is the object.method. So Pandas, PD, and the method is read SQL query. So you had a lot of engineers work really hard on this method, and so this is part of the thing I'm trying to have you get your brains around, that by using the pypy.org library, you're able to go and find objects and methods to help you go and get work done instead of reinventing the wheel. And so a lot of modern computing is like that. So what does it do? Oh, right. Well, look, I just put it in a nice clean table. Isn't that nice? Well, I can tell you this. It wasn't like this not even 3 or 4 years ago. All right. So you're in like the high fidelity standpoint. But then immediately what I do is start introducing you fast ways to do queries and fast ways to do sorting, sort values. This is all the intelligence I'm trying to have you gain instead of sit and go figure out on your own. I know in our asynchronous environment, if we were in the classroom together, I'd be able to challenge you in different ways. But I've really just feel that you having an assembly of the best information possible to do work better is a great way to go. So I'm going to then have the different sections here that are telling you how you can select and you can replace, or you can do a custom and then get the main value counts. All right. So this is an important section, and it's important because it sets up this is the baseline, because now when we go into the lab, maybe we won't need another video, but when we go into the lab, it is going to expand on students, courses, and enrollments, and you're going to be writing select queries, you're going to be joining data together, and in terms of the schematic, you're going to have 3 tables: students, courses, and enrollments, and you're going to be ping-ponging between the 3 of them, And so this is the design schematic. These are still important things to do. And remember that this schematic here that I'm giving you, it becomes a template. So don't forget all those GPT templates. I'm not even using GPT anymore. I've switched to Gemini to give it a go. But I always write all my own content just the same. So what's this lab? So the lab itself is in 3 parts. There's part 1, 2, 3. You're going to set up everything, and then I'm showing you tricks to have Pandas analyze and join data together, and then to simulate using SQL join with Pandas merge. All right. So these are techniques to help you understand working between 2 different objects, working between SQLite and working between Pandas. So don't get confused by that. You still need to know both. You have to get SQLite to go get to the data table, the database, but then you're taking the information in the database. Now this is actually I have a code where you're creating all the data, but and then you're double checking it, then you're creating another table, and then you're joining records. This is very important basic skills for working with databases. Then you're going to have, I got to fill up the database, I gotta put my information in here, and then I'm giving you. Then you go and you print the summary of looking at enrollment that the database is loaded together. Okay. But then when we get down to the reason why the lesson is, it might be a little long, okay, but it's because you need to start to understand using commands like merge. Merge is Pandas word for join, SQL join. And so you are joining information, but then I'm giving you different ways to do it. And it's because you don't need a lot of code to do it. And it's fast. And you can see it right inside. Colab. You're not having to be working down at the database level on your machine, RMDDBS, and then all the stuff that goes along with permissions. And so that's why the lab is designed this way. So I have some sorting commands in here. I'm showing you value counts. Okay, so we have sorting and value counts. Value counts is literally just adding up the number of total people in a table, right? So this is a classic way of getting total head count or total students and so forth. But I think it's 6 minutes. I'll do one more video to wrap this up for the other two. The other two parts, but at the end of part one, okay, it's just a major reflection. Okay, I'm not having you write, but I want you to read all this and understand why it's efficient, why I understand the consistency you get, what the primary keys do, okay, why you're able to sort and get outcomes. So it is important for you to really go through this and insert a comment if something's not making sense to me. All right, thank you.